Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going over everything launching for the Alphalete birthday sale. Their 8th birthday sale is happening on Saturday, February 18th at 12 p.m. CST. The sale will last from Saturday the 18th until Monday the 20th. Pretty similar to the old style of their Black Friday sales, where everything on the website, including everything that will also be new launching on the 18th, will be on sale from 10 to 80% off. And my 10% discount code, Kathryn, will still apply. So we figured this out for the last Black Friday sale, but when my 10% discount code applies, if something is 20% off on the website, you'll take 10% off of whatever that sale amount is at checkout. So it's not necessarily like 20 plus 10 equals 30% off. It's a little bit different than that. All orders over $80 US will qualify for free shipping, and all items that are 30% off or more will be final sale. So we got a little mix of things launching today. We have Amplify that is restocking. We have new colors for that. We also have 6.5-inch Amplify shorts. That is an all new length of the short and my personal favorite short length that has launched. We have Amplify bras, Stratus bras, some new Stratus tanks and long sleeves, and then we have some hoodies. So I'll be going over everything launching, and we're gonna see if we can convince Ian to do a little try on of some of the men's sweatshirts, because I know you guys are always asking about that. And he needs to start pulling his weight on this channel here, okay? So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start out with all of the new colors and posting color comparisons. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I always post the color comparisons there first. And occasionally I post a couple extra leading up to the launch. So first we have Rose and Autumn. These are two different colors. You can kind of mix and match a lot of the colors in the launch today because they kind of have a tonal situation. So there will be like a lighter version and a darker version of a very similar color, but these are definitely the closest. Like I would not buy both Rose and Autumn. I keep getting these confused. They are so close. But yes, the shorts are Autumn, the leggings are Rose, ever so slightly darker. Then we have some nudes. We have Linen, which is a little bit lighter, Chai, which is slightly darker. We have Willow and Oak, both kind of neutral greens. Willow's a little lighter, Oak's a little darker. Ocean and Midnight. And then I got Shadow, which is a darker brown. The only color I did not get is Smoke, which is like more of a neutral gray. The Shadow is like a little more blue leaning. All right, and now we'll insert the double squat test. I always squat test my Amplifies with a nude seamless thong and a patterned cheeky style underwear, just so you can really see if these are truly squat proof. Basically all of the colors today are totally fine with nude underwear. That's what I always wear with my Amplifies, but some of the colors definitely wouldn't be wearing any dark underwear underneath. Okay, let's start it out with the Amplify leggings as usual. So I always wear a size small in the Amplifies. I have worn a couple of these to the gym so far, and the sizing feels a little bit less snug than previous collections. Some collections, my waist is like super snatched and I could maybe consider a medium. I would not size up in this specific launch. I feel like they adjusted their sizing. The waistband on this small just seems bigger than in the past, and it's been pretty consistent between the colors. So after I try on all of the colors for the squat test and everything, I will let you know if any colors feel, you know, different than others. But so far everything's running just like a little bit bigger, and I honestly almost feel like I could do extra small just because I'm used to the Amplifies being pretty snug on me. That's not to say size down, it's just don't size up. So you guys know the drill with Amplifies. These are one of my all-time favorite leggings, maybe even my actual favorite leggings. I'm always reaching for these. There's a 3-tiered compressive waistband, embroidered Alphalete logo in the back, and then you have the signature scrunch. Some of their collections are less marled than others, but generally to me they feel pretty similar to recent Amplify launches. Here's the waistband close up. You can see the 3 tiers of compression, and this is that shadow color, and it has a little bit of marl to it. All right, so here are the Amplify leggings in Rose. These ones are feeling a little more snatching in the waist than the Ocean and Oak. I actually like a nice compressive waistband. Those ones weren't quite as compressive. It may vary just a teeny bit between colors and sizes, but like I said, the Rose feeling a little more snatching in the waist. So we have that 3-tiered waistband compression. We have a high rise. I like the marl that this collection has. I feel like it has a little more marl to the fabric than some of the other previous collections. For me, I just feel like that adds just a teeny bit of cellulite coverage, and I just kind of like the textured effect it gives to the fabric. You have this little like panel detailing down the side, always very subtle. And then of course the scrunch. These are always a nice high on the booty scale, and I find that Amplifys throughout the workout, they just like continue to settle in the right places and just kind of become a second skin and just like feel so good. I never have to like pull them up or anything. Amplifys tend to be a 26-inch inseam, but since they're so stretchy, they have a ton of vertical stretch, so I'm able to make them a full length on me, no problem. In general, these colorways are about a light to medium compression. Sometimes some Amplifys are a little more towards medium. I'd say these are light to medium, but yeah. Okay, so I've officially tried on all of the colors of the Amplify bottoms now, and I feel like the two like stretchiest slash loosest ones were the Oak and Ocean, and then after that is probably Shadow. This one I still had good waistband compression, but the fabric was just super stretchy in the legs. And then Autumn, Chai, Rose, all about the same. And then the most kind of snatching compressive one was maybe the Midnight. This might vary across sizes, so I really wouldn't mess with your size much. But in general for this collection, I would stick true to size. There's not really much of a need to size up because all of the waistbands are just like a little less snatching than in some of the past collections. Next, let's talk about shorts. We have to start it out with the Amplify 6.5-inch shorts. I have been begging for a longer Amplify short for a while now because they had 3.5 inches, and then they changed those to a 4.5, and those will still be launching on the 18th, but that length for me, it just rolls up too much. For me, anything that's shorter than like a 5.5 inch is always going to roll on me, so having this 6.5 inch is perfect, especially for Amplifys where you really can gather a lot of fabric around the glutes to like settle in that scrunch. They don't always look as long as maybe another type of short that's 6 inches. So I'm a big fan of this length. We'll do a side-by-side of the 4.5 inch, the 6.5 inch, and the old Amplify Bikers. The old Amplify Bikers, I believe, were a 7.5 inch inseam, so these are a little bit shorter than that. For me, I liked the old Amplify Bikers, but I do kind of like that like middle length, not super long biker, not super, super short. So I hope they continue to bring back this 6.5 inch because it is just, it's just a great length. So we've kind of already gone over everything for Amplify. It's got that same waistband. All the details are the same on the shorts than on the leggings. We just have shorts instead of leggings. All right. Here are the Amplify 6.5 inch shorts. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Kathryn, these look so long. That is because we have not yet situated them. So I just wanted to share how you get on, you know, generally leggings or scrunch type shorts like this. So I bring the length up on the leg a little bit, so then we have more fabric here, and then you bring the fabric up and around into the back. Oh, Pinto wants to leave. And then you bring them up the scrunch as well. So then here we are. So now a little bit shorter, a little more of a mid length. This is kind of what we're going for, and way more flattering on the glutes. So that's your little crash course on how to get the shorts on. So anyways, these are the 6.5 inch shorts, size small in the color Autumn. So I have already worn these for a workout and they did stay put really well on me. Honestly, I could even do like a teeny tiny bit shorter. I wouldn't want to push it, but they definitely feel like a big jump from that 4.5 inch length. But you know what? I'll take it. A little bit shorter than the original biker, which I like. Similar to the other shorts, I would say that these also feel pretty similar in waistband compression to the Rose leggings. So Autumn and Rose maybe a little more similar to past sizing. So we got a compressive waistband. Overall, these ones are giving more of a medium compression. I do feel a little bit of compression at the bottom of the thigh area here. Seamless front. I still would say these are thick thigh friendly because I'm not getting any cutting in, just like a little extra compression down there. Obviously high on the booty scale. This is just the perfect length short for me because I know they're going to stay put throughout my workouts. It's still cute. They're not like overwhelmingly long. And we'll do a little test here although I've already worn them. They're staying put really well, so I really hope they continue to bring these back. These ones are giving more of like a medium compression. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that. They unfortunately don't have every color coming in these shorts. Fingers crossed for later on. Just popping in with the original Amplify biker shorts. The biggest difference I'm seeing with these is that the bottom of the short, when adjusting it the same way that I do with all my other shorts, for me this one goes pretty well beyond the bulk of my thigh, where the 6.5-inch shorts were a little bit more like right here. So still kind of out where my thigh is tapering. So these ones to me definitely look like a complete biker length. And the other ones are definitely a little more on the mid-length side. And then as mentioned, the 4.5-inch shorts will be back. Short lovers, don't be upset. You have not been forgotten. So 4.5-inch, again, I can wear these. I still do wear them occasionally, but I just get a little rolling, so it's not my fave. So these are the Amplify 4.5-inch shorts. So this has been the length that they've launched for about the past year. Very similar to the leggings, high rise, seamless. This length, while I still find it to be pretty thick thigh friendly because the way they do their seams is just very stretchy, they just do roll on me. Even if I can't get them to roll like right now, whenever I do like hip thrusts and stuff in the gym, you can see the beginning of rolling. So that's why they tend not to be my favorite. High on the booty scale, super flattering. I'm glad they're still keeping this length around for the people who like the shorter shorts, but now there's options for longer shorts as well. I'd say that these ones, this is the Willow, are still feeling about like light to medium compression, maybe a little extra compression around the thighs. That just tends to happen with the seam there, but I would still say that these are true to size. I wouldn't want to size up or anything. So definitely stick with your normal size, no need to size up. We're moving on to seamless tops and sports bras. So we're going to start out with a new sports bra. This is the ribbed seamless bra. So this one is not coming in very many colors. They just kind of stuck to the neutrals, but it's made of a similar seamless material to the Amplify. Like the colors still match, still feels similar, but the material is just like a teeny bit different. So this one is kind of like a bralette type shape. It has like triangle-ish shaped bust area, a pretty long line section, and then just little spaghetti straps. It does have removable cups. The cups are just little triangles. I will say the material on the seamless bras sometimes can be kind of thin, so I feel like sometimes the cup pads, they just really stand out, or at least like the edges of them. So in lighter colors like this linen, sometimes it can be hard to hide. I was super excited to see adjustable straps on this one. That was great. But the logo on this is not embroidered. It is just a vinyl logo and not woven into the fabric. So I prefer when it's woven in, but sometimes with their tops, the fabric is like a little bit thinner, so they can't do that. Let's try it on. Okay, so here is the seamless ribbed bra. This is in the color linen. And the more I try this one on and wear it, I think the less I like it. It's definitely going to be a little more flattering for small cup sizes, but let's just go over it, then I will say my thoughts. So we have this pretty thick, long lined section down here. So true to size, this is not too snug on me, but I think I would honestly size down if in between, because some of the other parts feel like they could be a little bit big. You have a little bit of this like kind of raised pseudo seam situation over each of the cup areas. We do have those removable cups in here. I feel like you can kind of see them a little bit in this color. We have these adjustable straps. They are on the thinner side of adjustable straps, and they're not like super stretchy in the strap itself. So if you do tie it too tight, you will get a little bit of a mark, some pain on the shoulders there. And then we have the back. We got the logo back there. So this is definitely more of a loungy bra. Obviously no one is expecting a lot of support and coverage with this one. I would give it low to medium coverage and low support. I don't even need to really jog to figure that one out. I did wear this one for a workout, and at first I would say I was like, okay, it's actually pretty good, because just looking right here, I am contained, but throughout the workout I was doing my TRX core work, and I was, you know, horizontal, and I felt like I was about to lose a nip any moment there. So I definitely don't stay contained in this one. So wouldn't recommend it for my large cup sizes. Also, it is a pretty different material from the leggings. It's made of like a modal spandex, and I just feel like it snags a little bit easier. Like I wore this black one, and I don't know, maybe it doesn't really snag, but it definitely has more of like a cottony type feel instead of the regular like seamless knit. So just definitely more of like a loungy type bra. It's not bad, it just isn't really working for me, I feel like, and it's just not my favorite fabric. So I had a feeling this wouldn't be my favorite, but I like that the straps are adjustable at least. And they're offering some more coverage amounts because the seamless sports bras tend to be definitely on the more coverage side of things. Next, we're moving into the Amplify bra. So there will be 2 bras launching in all of the colors. I think the Amplify bra is my bra of choice. None of the seamless bras from Alphalete really are perfect. They all have something that I would fix. Like the Amplify bra, I tend to get a little bit of side boob, but I still do feel contained in this one, and I feel like it's the most flattering shape on me. So we have pretty good coverage in the front, and you have that little scrunch detail similar to what's on the back of the leggings, just a little bit in the front of the top, creates a little gathering. And then you have pretty wide, thick straps, so nothing really cuts in, and then we do have that embroidered logo at the bottom here. This one I would definitely say true to size. Some of the Amplify bras I suggest sizing down in. This is not one of them. I have sized down in this one before, but all I got was a little too much compression and even more side boob. So overall pretty good coverage in the front area, but I do just get a little peek of side boob on both sides. So I'm gonna go with medium to full coverage because that's really like the only spot. That being said, I never fall out of it. I stay really well contained. I like the little detail here. The bottom band goes below my bust, so it's not creeping up or anything. Nice thick straps, so it never cuts into the traps or anything. And then here is the back. The straps just kind of crisscross. You got that embroidery down there. And then the support is about a light to medium. Sometimes these fabrics are just so stretchy that they just don't give a ton of support. So I wouldn't do anything like super high impact in them, but I do just like having the matching set. So I often wear the Amplify bra because of that. And then we have the Stratus bra. This is also coming in all of the colors. So the Stratus bra is made of a slightly thinner material than the Amplify bra. The Amplify bra has a little bit of a thicker, denser material, and the Stratus bra feels a little bit thinner in general. So this one I have reviewed in the past, of course, but people were saying like to size up in this one. I would definitely not recommend sizing up in this one. The medium was way too big on me. This bottom band is a little bit snug to get on, but once it's on, it's perfect. And I actually really like the coverage of the cups here. I don't get the same side boob that I get in the Amplify bra. But like I said, there's always something I would fix about the Alphalete seamless bras, and this one I just feel like the band can be a little hard to get on sometimes. But you have that cute like cutout detail. The Amplify logo on the back, again, is a vinyl, not embroidered. And they also kind of have a little scrunch in the front on this one, as well as some just little fabric details woven in. Okay, so here is the Stratus bra. The small in this one fits me really well. Like I said, this little bottom band area, it's really not too tight on me anywhere. It's not creating any like back rolls or anything for me, but it definitely is a little more snug than the rest of the bra to get on. So just keep that in mind. Everything else, like I would give this one a medium to full coverage. You just have a little peak of cleavage here, but you can see compared to the Amplify bra, I have full side boob coverage on this one. This one I don't get any cutting in, but I feel like there's a higher chance of a little irritation right back there just because the seams here are just a little bit more stiff than on the Amplify bra. Just some tiny little fabric detailing in this bra, kind of similar to the tank and long sleeve. And then here's the back. It has a racer back and then this cutout. If you do carry a little more weight in your back here, I would just be aware that, you know, you might get a little bit of squeezing out in that area. So this might not be the most flattering bra if you are looking to avoid that. And you can kind of wear it a little like higher up like this so that there's not as much skin showing, or you can bring it down a little more for a little more exaggerated of a cutout there. And then the support on this one actually feels more like a medium. So just a little bit more support than the Amplify bra, which is kind of surprising. This fabric just feels like a teeny bit more structured. And one thing I don't like about this bra though, is the cut pads enter on the top of the bra here, and I just find that so hard to get the cut pads in and out. I take out all of my cut pads before I wash my sports bras so they don't like crinkle up in there and then they're never the same. So having a bra like this makes it a little bit difficult. But I really love how this bra looks. I feel like it fits my personal shape the best out of all of the Alphalete seamless bras. Now on to some new pieces. We have the Stratus crop tank. So feels very similar to the Stratus bra, a very lightweight, thin, seamless material. This one's got a high neck, seems pretty cropped, and like the Stratus bra, it has a couple little like details in the fabric. So in the front here, we have this little like triangle type detail. In the back, you have some details as well as kind of curving along the front. And then the logo in the back is vinyl as well. All right, so here is the crop tank. This is a size small, and it is definitely a good 2 inches longer than the sports bras, and it has a snug band at the bottom. So when raising your arms, you're not gonna expose the sports bra. The Amplify sports bra is completely hidden underneath, and I bet that the Stratus bra would also hide underneath, just because those are both kind of racer back styles, and this is like a full tank style in the back. So it's lightweight enough that I don't feel like you'd get super hot in this, but it's actually pretty good coverage, a little more than I was expecting. You'll just show like a little bit of skin with this if you wear the Amplify leggings. I have a long torso, so I probably show a little more than most people. Again, it's lightweight, super stretchy, true to size, but it's a little bit snug. So if you're in between, I would choose a size up. Definitely a snug body contouring fit. And then here's the back. You can see some of those little details, as well as the logo down here. And I'm just gonna throw on this sweatshirt over top, just so we can see if the sweatshirt is long enough to cover this. So just kind of relaxed. You can't see the crop tank under the sweatshirt, but if you raise your arms, you will see it. So it's kind of about the same length as the crop here. It's a pretty thin seamless, and if I had to guess, this probably would show a little bit of sweat. It all just depends kind of where you sweat. You guys always want me to say if something is sweat proof, but you can't really like necessarily replicate sweat proofness by like just putting some water on it, because the sweat comes from the inside. I'll sweat in different places, and I just generally don't sweat like a ton throughout my workouts. My main place is under boob, and generally in Alphalete seamless materials, I do see a little bit of the sweat depending on the color. So in the lighter colors, you tend to see a little bit more sweat. And then we have the Stratus long sleeve top. So they have had Amplify long sleeve tops in the past. This one's a little different. It's the Stratus, slightly different material if you ask me. The Amplify long sleeve tops were always thin, but something about the Stratus material still like goes with the Amplify leggings and everything, but the material almost feels like a little bit sleeker in a way. So this is going to be very similar to the Stratus tank, except with long sleeves. So we have that vinyl logo in the back, and we have thumb holes. I don't know if the original Amplify long sleeve had thumb holes. I'll do a quick side-by-side of the Amplify long sleeves that have been launched previously to the Stratus long sleeve. But you also have some very subtle details along the sleeves. So you almost have like this little like floral detailing, probably hard to see, but just super subtle little ribbed detail under the arms, and then that same little like V type detailing at the front that the tank had. Okay, so this is the Stratus long sleeve crop. This one is definitely more cropped than the tank. The tank went down, I think, like an extra inch. This one is ending just right below where the Amplify sports bra is hitting, so a little bit more cropped, gonna show a little more skin. I also feel like the neck on this one is a little bit wider. You can see the sports bra peek through just a little bit. The fabric on this one though feels great. While it is definitely snug, so true to size for a very snug fit, size up if you want it just a little bit looser or if you're in between, but it is very stretchy. So I feel like this one almost has a little more stretch than the tank, even though they're the same material. The band on the bottom of this one is a little bit smaller than the tank as well, so I'm not getting quite as much compression there. And these ones I checked on the Amplify long sleeve that used to launch. The old one did not have a thumb hole. So these, they now have thumb holes. If there's an opportunity for a thumb hole, I want you to take it. You know, I always want a thumb hole. Love it. You don't obviously have to use a thumb hole, but I like it. So the sleeves are super long, and here's the back, a little bit of detailing. You have the vinyl logo again there, and then just this super subtle detailing along the sleeve, just like woven into the fabric. I like this one more than I was expecting, definitely better than the original Amplify long sleeve top. About the same in thinness, but I just like the little extra details that this one has. So that's it for all of the seamless stuff launching. Now we're moving on to performance, which is the hoodies. I don't really know why they call this the performance collection, because when you say performance, I think like sleek performance leggings, not sweatshirts and hoodies, but we digress. Let's start out with the classic full zip crop hoodie. I feel like this was meant to be named like the Capital full zip hoodie, but that is not what it says here. So this is new. I believe around Black Friday sale time, they launched the Capital crop hoodie and that one was just a half zip crop. This one comes fully unzipped, which I think I like a little bit better just because it's easier to get on and off. These are super cropped. I do wish that they were just a little bit longer so that I could wear them more for lifestyle as well, but I don't mind a super cropped look to the gym, so that's primarily where I wear these. So this is the willow color. It looks very similar to oak, just a little bit different, but you're gonna get a little bit of color differences when it comes to the sweatshirts versus like the seamless leggings. So it's a cotton polyester blend. It's a slight oversized fit, so I wear a small and I think it's perfect. I wouldn't size up, but you can if you want it like super oversized. Full zip, we have the silicone Alphalete logo, the little elasticized like ribbed detail at the bottom, and little drawstrings. Let's try it on. All right, and here is the cropped zip hoodie. But I like these like thickened handcuff areas and the thickened area at the bottom. And as you can see, this is it open. So previous ones were not full zip, so you couldn't kind of wear them just open like this. But this one I've been kind of wearing like mostly zipped up, and it's just a little bit of extra space here, so no need to size up. It is a little bit oversized, but not too much space in other places, just a little bit of space in the sleeves. You got that classic kind of like medium weight fleece material, and it's definitely super cropped. You will be showing skin with high-waisted leggings with these, so keep that in mind. You will see your sports bra when you raise your arms and things like that. Again, I really only wear these as a little warm-up at the gym. And then here's the back. We got a big oversized hood, and then we also have the little drawstrings, and they always do their drawstrings kind of like dipped the end in like this wax. So and the last women's item we'll be going over today is the women's classic crew. So I have reviewed these in the past. These are a full length oversized crew neck. It's a classic sweatshirt material like the last one. It's got that classic sweatshirt material on the outside, then fleece on the inside. Might as well show you. Here's the outside, and we got fleece on the inside, and we have the Alphalete raised silicone logo here. I wear a small. It's pretty oversized. Let's try it on. So here's the classic crew in a small. You can see it is pretty oversized, so generally no need to size up. If you even wanted it to be not quite as kind of baggy oversized, you could probably even size down, but I don't mind a little bit of an oversized look. I love the soft fleece on the inside here. The sleeves are a good length for me. I do sometimes feel like it's a little bit long. It is just like a classic length of sweatshirt, just kind of goes a little bit over the glutes and hips, but as you guys know, I talk about this a lot. I just feel like for me personally, it's a little more flattering if things end like kind of a little bit higher, like right at the top of the hips. So if they came out with a sweatshirt that hit like right here in between the super, super cropped and the super long, I would be very pleased. But yeah, in terms of the sweatshirt weight, it has like a good amount of thickness to it, but it's not like super thick. So it's definitely not overly hot, but I wouldn't wear it on a super cold day. So kind of like a medium thickness. And here is the back. That's it for all the women's sweatshirts. Now let's just go over a couple of the men's sweatshirts. So there's also a men's classic crew. I got that one in a size men's medium, and that's actually what fits Ian best. He's wearing it to the gym right now, so we'll have to wait till he comes back. But I did try to get him a large in that last time, and it was just like way too big for him. So they definitely are an oversized fit, and he normally wears a large. So if you don't want it super oversized, I would suggest sizing down for your mans. Okay, so we got Ian to participate. So he's in the medium men's crew. And we did try a large last time, it was way too big. So Ian's about 6'2", 6'3".
6'2".
And like
185, one-ish, yeah.
Okay, if that helps at all. He definitely has like broad shoulders. So take your hands out of your pockets here. So it still like has a little space for him. So it's not snug, even though this is a size down from like his normal size. And it goes like just like a little over his hips. So I feel like this is a good size for him. Any bigger, it would just look like really baggy. So yeah, I recommend sizing down. I also got the classic zip hoodie. I also got one of these in a large in the last time they launched them. And I honestly wear it as like a super oversized baggy sweatshirt to and from the gym. Again, too big for Ian. He's normally a large, but these are very oversized. So this is a medium. It's just the same cotton polyester fleecy style sweatshirt, except it's a full zip. So I'll try this on to show you how oversized it is, and then we'll hopefully get Ian to try it on too. Okay, so here's the men's zip hoodie on me. This is the medium, and it's still pretty oversized. So we have two front pockets here We have the drawstring, obviously full zip. We have a hoodie. And on me, these sweatshirts basically go all the way below my butt. So the men's ones are always a little bit longer than the women's. And we have some super long sleeves. So I do have this one in a small and a large as well. That was in my Black Friday review. So we can kind of compare all those sizes. This is the men's full zip up. This is also in a medium. So this is it kind of unzipped. Again, it's about the same length. It fits about the same as the crew, so it's very similar, and then you can zip it up. So you can see he still has a little bit of room, but it's not overly baggy. When he had the large one, it was like super, super baggy. So the medium is a good fit here. I think this is the color. This is either Ocean or Midnight. And the last men's hoodie, we have the Core hoodie. So this one's only coming in heather gray and black, but again, this is a medium, very oversized. We got the kangaroo pocket. It's the same cotton polyester material, and this one just has a larger Alphalete kind of printed logo on the front instead of the raised silicone. Okay, so I lied. This one is actually a large, and as you can see, it is just super, super huge. Again, this is a men's sweatshirt, but you know, women like to wear them as well, just for like oversized, you know, warm-ups and stuff. So super long, goes way over the glutes. The sleeves are also super long, even for me. Again, all of the sweatshirts today are kind of a medium weight. They're not super thick, but they still have that fleece lining. Just the large Alphalete printed logo here. Drawstrings with little wax dipped, and then a big hoodie. So this one's probably going to be way too big for Ian because the large just runs very large. Like, he wears large in other brands, but because these are meant to be like an oversized fit, that's just how they're fitting. We also have a big kangaroo pocket. Oh my gosh, it's so low. It's like all the way down like at my hips. Okay, so this one is a large. So you can see that it's just like super long. Like, turn around. It's going like over your butt even. So would you say that this is like too big for you?
Yeah, it's,
Like,
I would size down.
Okay, so then just put your arms out. So yeah, this one has quite a bit more space. I still think it looks fine, like if you just wanted like a baggier fit, but
it's comfortable, but it's too big for me.
Yeah, he wouldn't, like, knowing Ian, he would not wear this out of the house. Like, he would think that it's too big. And then accessories. So they are bringing back the 3-pack seamless thongs. I don't know if these are different than what previously launched, but I got the nude. It's a nylon spandex, super sleek, raw cut edge. So here it is. You do have that raw cut edge, and there's also a cotton gusset that is like glued down on the inside, so it can't like roll up or anything. I have to say, I kind of have my gym underwear figured out. I really like the Voexney ones. I don't really know if that's how you say it, but that's the brand I like from Amazon. That's like the only thing I wear under my leggings at this point. These were pretty good. I will show a clip of me wearing these underneath a light color of the Amplify, just so you can see. But I still feel like you do get a little bit of chance for rolling with a raw cut edge like this. And with the gusset area, I was just getting some kind of like a little bit of settling into the parts, you know? So I will still absolutely wear these to the gym and, you know, for everyday life, but they definitely don't beat my current favorite Amazon seamless underwear. And lastly, guys, it's 2023 and I have my first Hydrojug. Alphalete is doing a collab with Hydrojug. If you don't know what Hydrojug is, they make these giant water bottles. So for a while I was a Hydrojug hater because they only had like the plastic water bottles, and I remember like I was just starting out as my fitness influencer career, and they were just messaging everyone to like give out these Hydrojugs, and so many people I knew, like the plastic ones, they just like, you could drop it from like 2 inches above the ground and it would just like shatter. So I was like, who would want these? Like, they just are cheap plastic water bottles. Alphalete is doing a collab with them for the plastic version of the water bottle, which I assume at this point it's probably better. Again, I have never personally tried that one myself, but I saw that they had the stainless steel ones, and I love a good stainless steel water bottle. They're insulated, so they keep your drinks at like a reasonable temperature. This would be great for hikes because I am always coming back to the car from my hike, and I usually bring a water bottle with me. But when your water bottle is sitting in the car and like the blazing heat, you don't want to be drinking warm water when you come back from that. So I think this is going to be perfect. Also just like a ton of water. This is 64 ounces. This is my current Hydro Flask and it is only 32 ounces. So this is double. This is the linen ombre color. It's also coming in black. So it's kind of matte throughout the water bottle and then has this little like shiny Alphalete logo situation. It has a little silicone on the bottom so that it doesn't slip around. Has this nice handle. Apparently you can also buy like a carrying strap for this. I don't know, it just seems like it's gonna be really heavy against you. The lid pops open and it has a straw on the inside. So I guess you can just kind of like drink it as a straw. So it's got this thick straw, huge capacity. You can tell that it's double layered and insulated. Oh, this is triple layer vacuum insulated. Nice. But yeah, I think this is definitely like a step up from the plastic Hydrojugs. All right guys, that is it for the review. Like I said, everything on February 18th, including what is launching that day, will be 10 to 80% off. And you use my code Kathryn for 10% off on top of that at checkout. Again, when you're using my code, make sure to go to my website to get your extra entries in my giveaway. You can always enter my giveaway, I have one every month. But when you place an order with my code, you get additional entries as well. I don't currently have a list of what the sales are. I just know 10 to 80% off. So I will probably get more information about that closer to the actual sale time. So stay tuned on my Instagram. I'll try to post and pin a comment if I get any more information on that to the top of this video. But in general, things that have been on the website the longest tend to be closer to that 80% off, and then things that are fresh and new, like what is launching on the 18th, will probably be closer to that 10% off range. Top picks for the launch for me probably would be the Amplify 6.5-inch shorts. I always love the leggings, so those are always going to be a top pick, but I'm just super excited to have that extra length of short. And then I always like the Amplify bra to go with that. And then I think the classic full zip cropped hoodie, just because I love a little layering piece like that for the gym. So those would be my picks. There's really not a ton launching this collection. As always, leave your comments and questions down below and I'll do my best to get back to them all as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!